Hello and welcome to Weston High School for another night of basketball. And folks, we're coming to the end of the season, but it's a beautiful Tuesday night for basketball. And with our updates, we were with you guys last Friday. We're with you guys on a Wednesday today. Usually
Yeah,
we're here with on
it's
Tuesdays.
a beautiful Tuesday, and it's actually a Wednesday
Yeah,
after a postponage. Western Wildcats here to take on Lincoln at Sudbury. From what I'm seeing, is no Sawyer Mayhew Western tonight. Going into this game, one of my biggest insights in the beginning, I was gonna say, is his second half woes, but we won't be able to solve that issue because he looked good towards the very end of the second
the
half.
very, very end. He
But
came
the
clutch in
past
the
few
final few
games,
minutes.
that
Yep.
that second half has not been ideal for him. I mean, still very good, but not what we see him do in the first half.
Yeah, if he's out, Weston's going to have to rely even more on their bench today.
I saw both Isaiah Kazavinsky and Will Van Houten getting shots up before the game. I believe Kazavinsky is still on IR, but Van Houten should be playing tonight. I know he was hurt Friday out of the game.
Yeah, we'll see what the starting lineup for Weston is tonight without their big man Sawyer Mayhew and possibly at least limited playing time for Will Van Houten. We'll see what Weston goes for their scoring and for really everything they do tonight. Something that we haven't seen very much this season. We saw without Sawyer earlier this season how they function, but without Isaiah and possibly Will Van Houten tonight, it could be a very interesting night for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I expect the starting lineup to be along the lines of obviously White, Steffens at the one.
Of course.
For the wings, I'm thinking Iatreides and Van Houten.
Yep.
I'm thinking Jenkins at the 4 and Del DeCato at the 5, the same lineup they rolled with at the very beginning of the year when they did
Right.
I expect Branco to play some big minutes off the bench.
Yeah, I expect him to play some big minutes as well because last game without Van Houten, he played big minutes, and given the fact that they're down Mayhew in this game, Van Houten might be limited playing time. Brinker's probably getting a lot of playing time as well as probably a couple other players who we might have not seen so much this season. We'll see, what coach decides. As we saw on Friday, first time Weston really subbed quite a few guys in.
Yeah, I'm expecting, especially with Mayhew, I'm expecting Hunter Gutting to get in. He did before.
Yeah.
Sadly, he got injured, but he's getting shots up there before the game. He looks good to go. I'm expecting him to get some minutes. I'm expecting, I believe, Israel or Segedi is getting some minutes.
Yeah, he's been getting some minutes, so yeah, I agree.
And of course, Jojo Uga is really getting like that crunch time.
He's
If Weston
really getting
needs
the
defense,
very end of the halves right there. I mean,
if Weston needs defense, he comes
goes
into the
in
game.
Exactly.
For the Lincoln Sudbury lineup, it's looking like Miles Jones, Christopher Peranella, Kyle O'Connell, Stefan Kumsek, and lastly Matt.
And here we go for the start of the game. Did you already announce the starters? Okay.
Yeah, so one thing we didn't mention is a very different starting lineup from what we expected here out of
Yeah, and what
Weston.
we were just talking about like maybe a minute ago.
Van Houten coming off the bench is one interesting thing. And then they're also electing to run one big lineup, Jenkins, Del DeCato off the bench, and instead they're putting in Israel Osagedi. We saw him get some decent minutes in the second half.
Last game. Tonight, though, he's a starter, maybe for the first time in his Weston career. We'll have to see how Weston is able to go tonight. Or we moved the whole time. Okay. And Weston puts up the shot and we're up 2-0. Sorry, we're just bringing some stuff out here in the back.
Yeah, the foot mic wasn't coming through for a second. A wild pass there from Jones. Yeah. 2 turnovers.
So, Connor, something we've seen oftentimes with Weston this season is they get a huge lead in the first half. Like last game, it was an 11-point lead at one point. And then in the second half, the game tightens up.
Steffens almost loses the ball, but keeps the ball. Gets out of bounds from Lincoln Sudbury. Very press defense from Lincoln Sudbury. Almost gets a steal.
Something that we see quite a bit from every other team that Weston plays is they play a lot of press.
Yeah, it's And it's worked. I think a big part of that, though, is when Weston has Mayhew on the court, is when that press really starts to work. But that time it worked easy still.
Yeah, Aaron passed right there,
and the
easy
bucket.
points for
Farinelli. But the reason a lot of teams do that with Mayhew on the court is they want to completely eliminate Weston's chances to bring it up and get it to Mayhew. Deep three from Steffens. Doesn't go.
Doesn't go.
Down.
Rebound
Dooley.
Yep.
But as I was saying, yeah, they don't want Mayhew to have control of the ball. If they do, they want to be isolated, not in the paint. And the way of doing that is completely pressing on Weston and not letting him get out of their own half. Dooley puts it up, doesn't go. Rebound Jenkins.
Yeah, that's something that we have to be concerned about tonight, though, Weston does. Because usually Mayhew's right there in the paint. Without a really big man in the paint, it's going to be difficult to stop those inside shots. As Jenkins puts one up, it doesn't go. And so far, a good start for both teams on defense as...
Amanella gets his second basket of the game.
Yeah, that's a,
big slash from Jenkins, but no call.
No call, but...
Trying to get a block,
right.
But Paranella gets it up fast. Vancouver finds Spaghetti. Side to Jenkins. Stolen.
That ball was stolen.
Like Flimsick. I think it's his second steal of the game. Dooley goes in. Takes the charge from Jenkins.
And one.
No, not an and one. It's
Oh,
Weston
he takes the
ball.
charge. Sorry, takes the charge.
Yeah, Alton sets his feet and takes the charge
The
from
way you
Dooley.
said it made it sound like it was a defensive charge. Or,
Block.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, a foul on Jenkins. My bad.
Now Jenkins sets his feet and takes that.
Yeah, beautiful technique right there by him, and that's something you're going to get a lot from him. Just in general, great
Then
defensive.
Houghton quickly comes in the game. It is for Blanker. I expected it to be for Spaghetti, but they were leaving him in, yeah. Steffens up the court, gets the ball stolen, but a foul called.
Yeah, is that going to be on the floor?
It should be on the floor. It should be Weston. Oh.
Then Houghton looks to be going to inbound the ball. Nope, he changed it for Stevens.
Almost stolen again for LS, but
not
then
think he
Houghton
was
holds
gonna
the
make that
ball. Back in the backcourt, gets it out to Steffen. Able to find Iatridis in the corner, puts it up, and it's
that's
good.
What a beautiful play right there by Steffens to create some space for
A good shot from
Iatridis. A
Iatridis.
beautiful shot from the corner by Iatridis gives Weston a 1-point lead. But, that's just some, it looks early on as a steal right here.
Paranella can't get the ball into Clemsek.
As
Iatridis passing around the... Oh, but Wilvin Houghton, good dribble, and puts up the shot, and it's good. Wilvin Houghton with a good shot there.
See, I was just about to say, I think Steven should have taken that shot.
Yeah.
He was open.
Yeah, wide Steffens elects not to take it, finds Van Houten. Van Houten just dribbles around O'Connell, I think that was, and finds an open shot for himself. Good sidestep from him.
See, when Weston's got a good flow going, I think they're one of the best teams out there. Because when they have this flow going, Steffens trusts Van Houten to hit that shot. And he did. And that's the thing that a commentator like me, I really can't even understand why Steffens passed that ball when he did. But they have so much trust in the other members of their team that, they're really comfortable with giving up the shot to hit a shot and instead give it to a teammate, and stuff like that, which is really impressive. So, great start from Weston here tonight. And, they're scoring a lot, and I think it's nice because they don't even have Del Decetto in the game. I feel like without Sawyer Mayhew, they're not monopolizing offense to get him the ball in the paint.
Yeah, see, without Del Decetto, they're running like a small ball lineup almost.
Mm-hmm.
Jenkins is a big, powerful body in the paint, but he's not as tall as Del Decetto or Mayhew would be. But you see how they work with a small ball lineup like that is they can find it outside the perimeter, get shots up. As you were saying, Steffens, who we see as the lights-out shooter for Weston, he gets two passes off. Iatridis and Van Houten to take the lead, and it's working.
He's like, the Ray Allen, JJ Redick, Steph Curry of the team. Essentially, just so promising and so good from beyond the arc. It's
yeah, and especially he's developing more this year as instead of a Seth Curry, a Steph Curry, where he's moved because Kazavinsky's on AO. He's moved into that one spot.
Beautiful
good
inside
play inside by O'Connell.
And I will say though, don't be trashing my man Seth Curry. He's been playing well for the 76ers this year, but definitely Steffens has turned more from just a pure catch and shoot guy as he was last year into a real integral piece of the team. as he gets it inside the paint.
Steffens out to Van Houten, and it's good.
I mean, beautiful pass, beautiful working, beautiful cut right there. Jenkins finds him in the paint. Steffens turns around, great vision, able to find Van Houten, who knocks down his second 3 of the game. And, really impressive shooting shot the arc so far here by Weston. 3 threes already here in the first 4 minutes.
Good steal by Treaties there. Yeah, you see, they did not shoot as well from the outside. Good steal.
Yeah, that's a bad pass right there.
Easy basket for Lincoln Sudbury.
Yeah,
that was Krumsick.
That kind of looks like a drop pass you see in hockey where they just kind of leave it, and he needed to give it a little bit more. But overall, Weston's looking good on offense. If they can limit those fast breaks for LS, I think they're going to be much more.
Deep from Van Houten, and it goes!
I'm sorry, Connor's telling me to be quiet, but that's Van Houten's third 3 of the quarter.
Yeah, and as I was going to say before, is Weston really lacked that 3-point shooting. They did have Steffens for a few. And I'm pretty sure Treaties hit
Rebound
1 or 2. But what they were really missing is reliable 3-point shooting in that game last week against Cambridge.
From 3, no
doesn't
good.
go. But here you see Van Houten hits 3 in about a minute span.
Yeah, I mean,
and you can tell they missed him last week.
Oh yeah, he's come off really hot off the injury. That's some shooting prowess right there, because that one was not even, that was from way downtown. From kind of an awkward position as well.
Jones going to the line.
Yeah, I mean, great start offensively by Weston.
You just got to watch those turnovers.
Just got to watch those turnovers. They're leaving a little bit too much on the board,
yes.
I think.
Even Krumsick is really playing a good game. He is having 3 steals already. The first one doesn't go for Jones.
Yeah, when we go back to the CC game last Friday, biggest part of the game why CC lost that game was because they couldn't hit their free throw.
Cambridge.
Sorry, CRL could not hit their free throw.
DC is next week.
DC is next week. But that's a big point of contention for...
Second one good from Jones.
For LS tonight, and also for Weston, as they were missing quite a few free throws.
An extreme press from LS leads to almost an easy bucket from Jenkins, but good defense inside by Jones. Another steal for LS.
Yeah, that's a fast break. And
Dooley loses control of the ball. Steffens keeps it in bounds. Ref almost got in his way. Drive in by Perinella. Jenkins rebound. And fouled by O'Connell.
That is one of the weirdest stretches of basketball I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, a lot of sloppy play. Dooley loses the fast break 3-on-1 opportunity, but then Steffens hits it out, so he has to hit it back in bounds. It's just crazy play here early. Yeah, and a lot of it stems
from Weston hitting turnovers.
But also from this press defense. Another steal from O'Connell. That's his second or third of the game. And gets fouled.
Yeah, he'll go to the line.
I think that was
going to call on the floor.
I think that was a foul onto Jones, so Jones gets to the line a second time. It is on the floor. The foul was, I think, against Jenkins onto Jones. Inbound for LS.
Yeah, with 2.5 minutes, there have been some great stretches of play, and there have been some really sloppy stretches of play by both teams. Biggest thing for Weston is too many quick passes. You're trying to make the pass way too quickly instead of surveying the court just a little
O'Connell
bit
from
more.
deep.
3,
and it
and
goes.
He hits it.
Clean shot from O'Connell.
Yeah, lots of threes so far early on. Is a hard press.
A very active play so far. I think I-Tree's loop out of bounds.
Weston ball must. It could have been a foul or.
I think it got. I-Tree's either went for a pass or shot. It got blocked out of bounds. Del Decado comes in the game.
On the baseline then? It was blocked out of bounds that way.
They don't do baseline passes. Good. Del Decado in the game for I-Tree's.
First appearance tonight.
So we get that two big kind of lineup they're accustomed to. Deep three for Branker, doesn't go.
Short.
Rebound Branker again. Finds amazing pass into Jenkins inside and gets fouled.
Don't get fouled. Israel Osageti, by the way, don't believe has been subbed out yet.
steal by Del Piquetto.
Yeah, I mean, again, Weston's been playing really well tonight. I think that, everything that's been going on and a great
Good
move
fake
by
by
Brinker right there.
Inside
You know,
doesn't
he's
go.
taking
Jenkins rebound, foul.
He's
again.
taken a couple shots tonight, by the way.
Yeah, and
Something that I don't know if he took a shot last game. He might have taken one. I wasn't keeping track, but he's taken 2 tonight, and that's something that I like to see because he's a really skilled player.
yeah, he also had an incredible pass earlier this game to Jenkins.
Yeah, that little inside right in the paint. I mean, I don't even know how he found him. It looked to me that there was a guy in front of him and a guy on Jenkins, which was, just incredible work there.
So Jenkins makes the first.
Yeah.
One thing that Frank was really brought in for was in those beginning stretches of game, they need a high energy, really fight for the ball defensive player, and Branko fit that. He put his all into the early games, and he earned his minutes.
Yeah, I think him and Jenkins are really some of the biggest effort guys on this team. Not to say that the others don't put in 100% effort. I just feel like in terms of on defense, they're always getting that extra ball, going the extra mile just to create a play maybe for their team. Israel Ostagetti, by the way, he's played a lot of this. Yeah, this is really impressive by him. And a
deep pass in.
Was that by Van Houten?
From Van Houten. You can't find it.
So, what's funny is because he's the quarterback at the football team, you think,
that would be his
that would be a strength right there.
Rebound, Peronella.
Yeah, offensive rebound there. Ellis, they played a nice game so far tonight.
Ellis did make some substitutes that I haven't touched on. Ben Napier comes in the game. Adam Kahn comes in the game.
Pass right there by Brinkers. Something I don't even know.
And Alex Kornblum comes in.
I think a timeout is called here. And
Weston.
I don't even, let's just give some time to Israel Ostagetti because he really hasn't played that much this season. He's been on the bench. We really saw him for the first time last game where he only played, I'd say maybe 5 to 8 minutes of the whole game. So far tonight, he's played almost the whole first quarter.
Yeah, it's impressive from him. We really haven't seen him get these kind of minutes in any of the games so far. There have been short stints. He's really playing a lot of it.
He's playing a lot, but he's also holding his own. He's played a nice game so far tonight, and I think it's good to know that Weston has a wealth of players who are committed, but also capable of playing because. I think that that's really important. As Weston's up by 4, less than a minute to go. We'll see what happens, but for Weston offensively, they've had some really nice moments. They've struggled when they've turned over the ball. And that's the thing.
Watching this game, I wouldn't think Weston had a lead here because Ellis has gotten probably 10 turnovers already in this game, but more than Weston gives up usually in a whole game. That's something you don't usually see Weston, but you can see they really do not play as well against a press man, and that's hurt them.
Yeah, they really need to figure out a way to. That's something that they've struggled with all season long, not just tonight.
One thing I saw last week that kind of worked is having El Piquetto or Jenkins. Or
beautiful pass.
He doesn't go. Rebound fought for. Anchor out to Van Houten. Deep shot.
3
doesn't go. Rebound fought for. I think a 24-second violation called. Unless that was a foul against.
I thought it
was a foul against LS.
Yeah, it looked like it was a foul.
I heard the shot clock go off and then the ball stopped, but I think.
Yeah, it looked like it was a foul.
I think Adam Kahn hits Ostagetti inside there,
yeah.
so Weston keeps the ball.
Van Houten with the inbound here.
Ball movement, Weston.
Yeah, really just trying to wind down the clock and
oh
no, that's not.
Tapped out from Peronella.
Not a great
Peronella puts it up, doesn't go. Rebound, putback, also doesn't go from Kornblum.
I mean, you gotta just
secure the ball if you want.
Secure the ball is too many turnovers. It just is. We've given away 4 or 5 possessions turnovers.
Oh, more than that. It's probably been 8, 9 at this point.
Yeah, and we've given up points too.
Both O'Connell and Krumsick both had like 3 steals apiece, and there, just and how it loses the ball. It's tough to turn over the ball that many times and
I mean, there's still
to still be in it. Yeah, to still be up.
So
It's good
yeah,
play by Weston, you can tell. And if they didn't have those turnovers, you can think about how far up would they be in this game.
probably by they at least let up 4 to 7 points, 4 to 8 points off turnovers, and
Yeah, that transition offense
directly
is-
off of turnovers, and then probably given probably didn't get maybe 4 points, so maybe 12 points, 12 point swing, 8 points, maybe the minute, I would say.
Yeah,
One thing that Connor and I would like to address, by the way, is we apologize for the mispronunciation of Wyatt Steven. We've been calling him Steffens. It's been interesting.
we were calling him Stevens for the beginning of this
Yeah,
year and
both-
all of last year,
both
and then
Connor and I thought it was Stevens,
and then someone who I
and
think
then someone told us it was maybe kept pronouncing it,
Steffens
and we don't know him as well as this person did, so we just assumed
that was the name.
that they were correct and that we were incorrect. So we apologize for any mistake there. It was certainly unintentional, and from now on, whenever he hits a three, we'll make sure we pronounce it correctly. But yeah, Wyatt Stevens, he wasn't. I expect him to come back in the game. Obviously, probably the best 3-point shooter on the team, just across the board. Although Van Houten's hit some nice ones tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe in the clutch minutes, I would probably give it. Unless Van Houten's hit
I wonder if Van Houten would stay on the court and how many minutes he'll play in this game.
Yeah,
off
well,
of,
it depends
off of
on how injured he was. Unfortunately, we're not given an injury report, or coaches don't have to give us. He's got a high ankle sprain. He's out for 3. Like, we just come here, they give us just the roster, and they say that's it.
Have fun.
So we don't really know. Hopefully, he's feeling fine enough to play a lot tonight, because I think could be a long game tonight, and we'll see what happens. But Weston's looked good so far tonight, and we are here for the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, I think LS is running the same lineup that they had at the end of the half with Aranella, Dooley, Hornblue on, and then Weston as
Brinker,
Stevens back
Osagetti,
in.
Stevens,
Then Houghton
Deldecato,
goes.
and Jenkins.
And Houghton is being looked at by Liz. We hope he's doing all right. Looks like just a check-in. See how he's doing after playing a lot of
he's
minutes.
definitely on limited minutes.
Might get taped up or something. But Stevens comes back in with the same rest of the lineup.
Yeah,
quarter.
Osagetti, it's surprising he hasn't been subbed out yet. I mean, not a bad thing. I'm just saying, like,
From what he's played this
what he's played this season is unexpected.
shot up from Perinella, he has majority, I think, of LS's points so far.
Yeah,
very
Weston-
pressed.
Yeah, this is about as pressed as I've ever seen. I feel like you gotta try some long passes. Or something.
And that time they did get the long pass, find Jenkins.
Yeah.
You shouldn't see what Jenkins can do here. Really good defense from Napier. Drive in from Jenkins.
Beautiful
to
drive
call
right
for
there
the
to
travel.
He did some nice ball movement out on the perimeter. I think he's kind of surprised that he got called for the travel there as well.
Yeah, good defense by Napier, not letting him have anything.
Not letting him have anything.
Napier inside. Gets his own board, puts it up, doesn't go.
Yeah,
Deldecato
you gotta
fight
make that.
for
You
it.
gotta make that put back.
And then I think Napier fouls Deldecato, so does Weston ball.
Yeah, you gotta make that put back right there if you're Napier. I mean, you can't grab your own board and then miss it again. Weston's already in the bonus.
Yeah, that was very fast. So Deldecato goes to the line here.
It's happened fast sometimes this season.
And
though.
although Weston's free throw shooting was, might I say, abysmal against Cambridge Ridge and Latin,
Well,
overall
yeah.
throughout the season,
Yeah,
they've been fairly well.
I'm gonna take that as a one-off game. Jenkins, I think he made what, both of them?
Made both. Deldecato's made his first.
Yeah,
so,
I think as we talked about at the end of the last game, I think Coach probably got on them pretty hard. The
yeah,
next day
Coach
in
first
practice.
was probably like, take an hour, shoot free throws.
Yeah, make 10, then you can go home, and I assume probably took
And
a little,
consecutively.
yeah, 10 consecutively. It's not easy, by the way. I mean, it's not easy for anyone to make 10 shots in a row consecutively. Beautiful block right there, and Weston goes on the fast break. Jenkins,
And Steph
beautiful. Stevens,
outside,
I
and
think
it gets
that was
blocked. It hits the side of the hoop. The interesting, but they
It
call.
should be
I think it's
Weston's
Weston
ball.
ball. I think that
Yeah,
is called out
so
of
what
bounds.
was interesting, though, is usually, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it looks like usually releases it a little higher than that time. At least it kind of out in front. Maybe that's
Yeah,
just
I don't
me.
know what the refs were deciding on. I thought that was a pretty clear block that brought the ball out of bounds. I don't think
Right.
a shot would have gone that short.
Right.
So, here's Weston on the inbound. Branker. Lorenzo Seghetti. Back to Branker. Over to Stevens. Passing back and forth.
There's a
between
guy
these
in the
guys.
corner down
Shot by Osegetti.
there. Ooh,
In
in
and out of the hoop. Fight by Del Decato for the rebound, but doesn't get it.
Yeah, Del Decato
Aaron
had a
Heller
long run right there.
brings the ball up. Deep pass over to Dooley.
Yeah, it was a high pass right there, and it found its target, but it was just an awkward pass.
Well, I see Nick subs into the game for LS. I didn't comment on that
Three-pointer?
earlier. Deep
No
three
good.
doesn't go for Kornblum, but the rebound, I think, by Dooley, but it might have been Nick, fouled by Jenkins. It was by Nick, and goes to line. It was a putback, so it is a shooting foul. He gets 2 shots.
Yeah.
Looking to bring it to a 1-possession game if he won or point game.
Yeah, close game so far.
Jenkins is on a couple fouls. So
First
far.
one is good. Yeah, we'll be watching that tonight. I mean,
And it is tough for them because they don't have any other big men. They can run with just Del Decato, but that's a lineup we haven't
we'll
seen
see if
too much.
Gooding ends up coming into the game, whether it's out of necessity, whether it's out of choice.
Yeah, I don't know how
Second
both
one
go.
goes, yeah.
I don't know how injured he is. I know he got injured earlier but he did play some good minutes in that game. And
Yeah, and he was practicing, warming up here tonight. So
good dribbling from the big man Del Decato. Finds
yeah,
Blanket.
I mean, it's awkward calling him the big man because he's just compared to Sawyer, he's just not that big.
Interesting to see, Ayatredes has not been in the game for a while. He's usually one that plays
Usually he's one of those guys who actually plays like a ton of minutes.
I don't know if he has any sort of injury issue or anything in this game, but it is interesting to see him play much. Something to note on. Maybe that's the reason Osegetti is getting that kind of 2-guard. Almost a
Jenkins
steal
almost loses the ball
from
there.
O'Connell. Anchor inside to Del Decato. Gets
Block.
blocked.
Yeah.
Big block there from
Fast break.
Dooley.
Del Decato, did that
Nick
go?
doesn't
I don't
go.
think it go. Wow, this is the layup. Stevens looking for a pass.
Finds Del
Del
Decato.
Decato.
Drive inside.
Ooh,
Cannot
that almost was a beautiful roll.
not roll it in.
LS doing a nice job of finding the open man in the corner.
Nick's
No
shot
good.
doesn't go.
Osegetti.
Rebound, but stolen by Krumsick. Another steal for him. O'Connell inside and the bucket.
That's good defense right there by Weston. I think it was by Del Decato, but there's nothing you can do there.
Yeah, you gotta find an open man. You can't have that ball being accepted. That was
Especially when you just got your rebound. It's a big point in the game. And that's
another steal.
Yeah. I know what they're going to be working on in practice tomorrow.
Shot goes. That's Krumsick. I think his fourth. His fifth. He just had back-to-back steals, I think. An amazing defensive performance from him. Stevens, I thought he was going to take that
I thought he was
shot.
gonna take the shot.
Finds Osegetti.
Man, Stevens is wide open.
Jenkins goes to the rim, gets fouled.
You think
Through
he's
the line
gonna
for him.
dish that back out to no. Wide open at the point.
Yeah,
Top of the key.
I think he knew he could at least draw the foul inside, as he has multiple times this game.
This is true.
The only time I think he was stopped at the rim is for that travel call, which heavily contesting.
I think
He
the
makes it.
biggest concern for Weston right now is turnovers. I think the biggest concern right now for LS is fouls. Right?
Ayatredes in the game. Osegetti finally gets subbed out.
Played a lot of minutes here tonight. All of them, in fact. But, LS has had a lot of fouls early on here tonight, and Weston has had a lot of turnovers as Jenkins nails both free throws and 4 for 4 as
I think that's Jojo.
Jogo Ugo will sub into the game for the
Weston looking for.
first time really getting some non-end of the half minutes. And he's not even
Yeah,
playing.
he's usually brought in for strictly defense, so it's interesting to see if Weston wants to
Yeah, and
stop
not-
the bleeding more than having
And he's
an
playing at the
offensive
top of
presence.
the key as well.
Yeah, he's usually played that kind of thing spot. An inbound here because it was a timeout, I think. Subbed in the game for LS, on the other hand, was Cordell Bogus.
Finds
Deep
him in the
shot.
corner. It's good.
O'Connell. He has 10, I think, and 3 steals tonight. Couple
Yeah.
rebounds too. Really good performance from him.
Don't see many, these steal totals right now are.
Atreides finds Branker.
Oh, Uga just bobbles the ball a little bit and makes the errant pass. There you go. Another steal. I think that will be a foul. No, it'll be a block, I believe. We believe that is JoJo. We believe that is JoJo.
That
Uga,
is
at least.
JoJo Uga. I don't know why the number
He's
is
listed as number 32.
Yeah, the number's incorrect on a roster, but
It looks like him.
that is JoJo. Just double checking there.
Just take our word for it on this.
O'Connell from
Deep.
way deep. That one doesn't go.
If
You
he
can
had
tell
made
he's
that
feeling
one.
confident. Good board from Bogus. Inside, back out
Two
to Kornblum. Doesn't go. Steph Stevens with the rebound.
Ooh, beautiful behind the back move right there. Loses control of the ball a little bit.
Ball
boy.
still lost. Fought for by Atreides, but LS takes control. O'Connell puts it in. Gets called.
That's
Another charge drawn
Beautiful
by Jenkins.
So,
He knows what he's
so
doing in the
okay,
paint.
on an offensive foul, do we go to the line?
I don't believe we do.
Because I know we're in the bonus is why we ask. Is why I ask. I just.
But wow, Jenkins knows what he's doing in the paint on both sides.
Of course
you
he
can
does.
tell.
I mean, he holds his ground. He's not gonna give up anything. And
Like having Del DeCato, who can play more on the outside on offense and on defense, really helps this Weston team because Jenkins is so good in the paint.
Stevens makes a nice move. Hits a beautiful move.
Pull up jumper from about
from
12 feet, I'd
Yeah.
say. Good
long
shot from
too,
him.
but that's a beautiful move, beautiful fake, and
Yeah, good
great
side
shot.
step. You saw he used that move before to hit a three. This time he uses it to take a wide open jumper.
LS finds another man in the corner. This one doesn't go.
That was Krumsick that time. Rebound,
He'll get fouled on the
Doesn't go
rebound.
again. Another rebound. I think a foul called and Dooley will go to the line. Once again, one thing we have talked about multiple times this year is Weston's offensive rebound. And
Yeah.
you got to be worried if you're Weston. I mean, here's a substitution we see is Gutting's going to come into the game. He's a guy who's big and
Let's
inside
go.
and can rebound.
Yeah, we need to secure those rebounds, even if it means some offensive, not skill, but maybe.
There's actually Stevens coming off. I expected Jenkins to get a break, but no, they're still looking for this too
Coach
big as
First
well as
does not like giving.
JoJo Uga.
Coach First does not like giving Jenkins a break, does he?
I mean, when he's playing, as
He's
well
gotta
as he
keep him in the
normally
whole
does,
game.
especially defensively. Weston should have the ball. Fight for the rebound by LS, but Weston
Yeah, let's
retains
see what
possession. That
Gooding
was-
can do. It's his
Napier.
first time in the game in a while.
yeah, since his injury, I think.
I don't know, very weird.
But with Mayhew out, having that big presence.
So why
is
are they
important.
going so short? You figured there'd be one guy deep. But whatever had happened, it worked.
It worked. And this is something you saw a lot last game, is Jenkins and Gooding kind of both worked to bring that ball up. I don't know what the call was there, but Weston has the inbound. I think it was a foul on us. But you saw this
No, it
big
couldn't
man.
have been because we're in the bonus.
I don't know what the call was. No timeout called, but inbound by Weston. But as I was saying, the two big lineout allows Weston to beat that press, and this
Rinker
is something they've
Going off.
Spaghetti coming back in.
Not sure what's happening. Maybe they wanted to get a sub.
Yeah, a bit of discussion by the ref allows Coach First to sub in a player, if it's plan or not.
Nice inbound there to Osageti. Finds Uga. Oh, not a great pass right there.
This is a lineup that, I mean, going into the season, I don't know if I'd see any of these players on the court other than Jenkins, but Coach First is really
real
trying
minutes.
to
In real minutes.
having,
No.
with Mayhew out, having
That hit
kind
the
of
side of
good
the backboard.
substitute.
Are you-
Good rebounding by Gutting.
Yeah. Gooding right
Gooding.
there is just, I mean, that's just a great play.
Good defense, though, by LS. Uga looking for the foul. Bad pass.
I thought he would have stepped out of
Wide
bounds.
open inside is Bogus. He messes up his pass, but still is able to either at the rim for the wide open bucket. Now a lead.
Of 3.
Another steal by LS. Yeah, but a lineup with Gutting and Uga and Osagetti and Branker is not something I would have expected.
Ever?
Yeah, after the team last year, I know a big part of that is injuries and loss of Mayhew tonight and Van Houten playing limited minutes. But, I mean, these players are playing real minutes and
real quality minutes in an important game.
And it's working. Gutting got a really good rebound. Osagetti's been playing a guard spot for a lot of the game. Uga's played some good defense. And Branker overall this season has been really good for Weston. Iatredes
nice
in the
move
corner.
Right there.
Doesn't
in
go.
Nice
Gutting with the board. It gets blocked.
So good
by
offensive board right there, though. I like that.
Arenella's defensive, or at least game completely. Jenkins, I think, gets elbowed in the face, but no call on that.
Oh, let's hope he's okay.
Weston gets the ball, and then I think an injury timeout called. I don't know how the ref misses that. If he got
also
really
right in front of his face.
Yeah. But
and he comes off.
He's coming off of Van Houten. So shooting the only big man in the game, certainly something we haven't seen from Weston ever.
I wonder if Van Houten might play that big man position now.
Yeah, I'm expecting Uga to kind of go to that second, that 4, and Van Houten play it. Just based on defensive kind of play. Uga can really, I've seen him defend multiple people on the floor. And then Van Houten, you want him to be matched up against a big man, I guess. And just because he's quick with it and he can pull up very fast.
Aldecado almost had a beautiful move right there.
Iatredes.
Was that Iatredes? Not bad.
I think it's a Weston down. I don't know what.
Yeah, this is LS's largest lead of the game, though. 5 points.
Yeah, so it was a foul. So Iatredes at the line, looking try to bring it back to one possession game if he can make both. Looks like another sub coming. And Houten going back off. Hey, that was a very short stint.
First shot is no good.
Gotta be worried with how he's doing. To come on for just like one possession while Alton had to come off.
Yeah, definitely dealing with some.
And then, again,
in and out right there.
Again, major subbing from Weston, as it looks like both big men, Deldequetta and Jenkins, and Stevens might now. Deldequetta and Jenkins coming into the.
Shooting will come out, but.
Well as Osagetti. But we hope Van Houten is doing better. You saw him play some decent minutes early in the game, but really a 1 minute stint, and then he wasn't feeling it and called for the sub out. Well, Jenkins.
Yeah, a big thing we've seen from Weston, across all sports is really having subs. Connor and I talked about this pretty extensively across the soccer season, with Weston essentially subbing maybe 2 or 3 people the whole game in and out.
Yeah, I think Asher Hawk is this minute. Third position. A pretty tall lineup overall. I don't know what they've played so far on LS. I think Hawk might be definitely the shortest player they've had in. And
definitely trying to counter that,
having that tall of a lineup, you can know they're missing Mayhew. Because staying a tall lineup and then having Mayhew on the court, it looked like they're a small lineup. Drive in, good pass from Branker, but Uga can't get a shot up. Fight for it by Napier. Good play by Napier inside. Almost likes to take it, but doesn't. Foul called, I think, on Uga.
And now that will bring LS into bonus.
Yeah, so 2 shots here. Osagetti coming back on. I think other than Jenkins, I think Osagetti may be playing his second most minutes for Weston.
Yeah, he just came off, and now he's right back on the court. Good for him, though, right? I mean, playing a ton tonight.
do hope that some of these Western players that are quite limited on them aren't facing any situations. Jenkins inside, good move, but can't get the shot. Really caught the defense off guard there with his shot. Doesn't go. Rebound goes Del Decado. Stolen though, and blocked. Wow. Defense to defense. Del Decado with a good board, then quickly stolen, I think, by Krumsick. And then Del Decado just doesn't let him get the. Doesn't let him even get a shot up.
Seconds, so basically it's a catch and release.
Krumsick could potentially have.
If they need a video review, Connor, can they go to us? Are we a licensed for review?
We are not in the slightest. Shot doesn't go.
Shot doesn't go, so Connor,
I don't think it was.
Have to worry about it. It wasn't even on time, anyways.
But Krumsick, from what we're seeing from him, he might end up with a double-double with points and steals, which is something you don't see very often.
Yeah, if he gets a couple rebounds, couple assists, maybe he could be looking at a triple-double, maybe a quadruple-double.
Yeah, if he just swats everyone, maybe the famous quintuple-double.
Yeah, I don't know. Has it ever been done? Probably by Will Chamberlain, probably.
Yeah, and probably in high school a couple of times because of the volume some of the top prospects play at smaller schools.
We'll take a short break for halftime, and then we'll be back on the other half with the third quarter. And welcome back. With 10 seconds remaining in halftime, these halftimes are quick, and personally, I like it because it means these games get going, and just much easier to call for me at least. Interesting first half so far by Weston. Lots of turnovers. That's the number one thing they gotta fix, right?
Yeah, and in that second quarter, they couldn't get really anything going in offense.
No.
Some of their only points were just from getting to the line, and I know he's been injured, but the way they got that offense was Van Houten shooting
taking
and
threes. Stevens creating space.
And I'm kind of worried if he's too injured to come back into this game. If Weston can kind of bring back their offense.
Yeah, I mean, look at the guys who need to do that. Maybe Iatridis, Stevens,
Michael McLaughlin coming into the game.
Wow.
We saw him last week.
We did
for
see
a little
him,
bit,
but
I
only
haven't
for a
seen
little
him.
bit. Yeah,
I haven't seen him otherwise.
It's Weston's doing a nice job at least rotating players. It's something that we haven't seen quite a bit this season.
Yeah, and I think with the loss of Mayhew, deep shot by Iatridis doesn't go.
Yeah,
But Mayhew is really someone that his status as being like a D1 athlete and so tall and so dominant. He almost gets played the whole game.
Wow, beautiful shot right there.
Deep shot from Jones.
And
Might
slowly,
be his first points
but
after he
surely,
missed a couple.
LS is an 8-point lead.
Commanding lead.
Yeah.
Really.
And
another steal. That's Krumsick. I think his 6th or 7th steal of the game. incredible defensive performance from him.
Yeah, this is slowly turning into an absolute dominating performance by LS.
Travel called on Perinella. He's having an offensive game himself. Probably over 10 points now. Him
Yeah,
and
Weston
O'Connell.
needs to be a lot more careful with the ball.
Uga and Osageti coming in the game quickly and Blanker.
Yeah, very interesting substitutions here tonight.
Yeah, especially so early in the half. It's
Yeah.
Osageti, you know he had to have really impressed Coach last week and in practice.
He impressed me, you know.
I mean, getting these minutes. Must be playing really good at basketball.
I guess you have to say the same thing with McLaughlin as
I think there
maybe
was an
8-second violation.
Yeah, I think there was an 8-second violation.
Wow. This is a disastrous start for the second half here by Weston. Within the first 51 seconds, they have 2 turnovers and 0 points.
With Ben Houghton back, I can see Banco getting subbed more than he has earlier.
And inside, it's good. Wow.
Even not playing as much as I expected, just because. And I don't know if he's fighting off injury. It looks like he's ready to go back on, but maybe just tiredness. I know he was really getting the ball around, really just taking control of the whole offense early. Of course, Jenkins still in the game. Went out for a very short stint when Gooding took control of the big man role. But he has played, I mean, he even played double big with Gooding. He played so much this game, and every game, really.
Shot attempt right there by, I believe, as Israel Osageti.
And he goes to the line.
Goes to the line, that's a foul on the shot.
Shots for him, I think his points of the night.
Yeah, and this will be the first points for Weston in a little while.
The first
shot
the
is
whole
good.
half, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been a minute 50.
Substitute coming in. Anku back in the game. Or, sorry, Del Vaquetto in the game.
Takes out McLaughlin, and I believe this is one of the first times that everyone on the Weston bench has played. At least every available player, it looks like, except for maybe a couple, but definitely a lot more rotation.
Yeah, definitely the biggest rotation yet.
Yeah.
Meaningful minutes.
Yeah.
And this is a look I like to see this from Weston.
Me too.
I like to see having fresh players playing purely the whole 32
I mean, look,
minutes a game.
over the
is
soccer
tough.
season, we talked about it extensively with, with guys like Nick Janowker and Tanner Krillman and there's plenty of other people playing like the whole game.
And you've got to be so tired after that, and especially when you play 2 times a week.
There. Yeah, I mean, it's tiring, and maybe at the beginning of the season you're excited to play, but at the end of the season, when you've had match after match or game after game, those minutes are going to wear on you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Such a tear on your body, and
those minutes are going to wear on you.
Evans back in the game. You see both of them getting subbed out for each other.
Yeah,
to play
I
that
like
one
the
spot.
subbing though. I like the diversity of players coming into the game.
And
I think it.
With the big loss of Isaiah Kazavinsky,
Beautiful shot right there. It's good.
good shot from Perinella. But the big loss of Kazavinsky this whole season, Coach
Weston has
Post
had
was
a lot of trouble breaking the press.
Coach Post was always looking for another ball hit wide open.
Yeah, see,
Good pass, doesn't go, stolen.
see, that's the shot you have to make, right? When you beat the press, you have a guy right in the paint all the way down the court. That's the shot you have to make. You have to make them pay when you press.
Yeah, 3 defenders on him, but if he could have just got that up faster, I don't know how you could have missed that.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably didn't expect someone so close. He thought it was wide open.
Thought he had
But
more time.
but Coach First has been looking for someone else to play that one spot, and I think he's found his man, his one off the bench already. I know he tried Branker there, but
yeah, Jojo Uga is still in the game. He's played quite a bit tonight.
yeah, he's a defensive. Other than Jenkins, who obviously is probably the best
Incredible.
defensive player on his team.
Yeah.
Guy
Shot.
Uga is a
No good.
completely defensive specialist. He comes in the game, late in games, to shut people down
Typically.
and not let them shoot.
Typically.
And tonight, Coach First is like,
Nope.
they're scoring on us. We want this guy to lock some of their better players
Yeah,
down.
see, now you gotta find, like, Alton is so far open. Like,
Jenkins inside gets
Yeah,
fouled.
See, that's what they need to do. They need to.
But even then, that's what they need to do. They could barely get the ball out of their own court.
I know.
Yes, they did, but another time that happens, and it's a turnover and a
you
quick
need
bucket for LS.
Need long passes.
I mean, their defense from Lincoln Sudbury has been stellar.
The
and
press
just,
defense has been incredible. It's been
and just the way they're getting turnovers really easily. And at the beginning, they weren't scoring off too many of them, but now they're really scoring off of every single turnover. Hitting threes
sub here
finally.
for LS. Number
That's Kornblum coming in the game.
or number 18.
I think that was number 12, though.
Maybe so. Jenkins' second shot. This
That
one
doesn't
no
go.
good as well.
Other kind of fights for the rebound.
Gonna
I
get-
think it was over the top. No,
Wow.
it
I
was a
thought
blocking
it was gonna be over the
foul.
towel. Wow.
It was a blocking foul on that last. It's Weston ball.
I'll take that.
Del Decatur went for the rebound, and I
yeah,
guess
I'm not so sure about the call, but
I think
guess we'll take
Del
it.
Decatur went up before, and then Paranella kind of moved in the way,
Yeah.
and you can't
Maybe it looked.
block someone's landing space. It's not allowed in basketball because
Right.
they don't want injuries. They don't want anyone to
Especially
hit the
those
ground
foot
hard.
Achilles leg injuries, exactly.
Deep shot from Stevens hits the side, but good board.
Great ball.
Iatredes. Over in the corner, tries to find Uga inside, but
Unable to do so.
was
and
knocked
is
out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds.
Weston gains possession, trying to claw back into this game as best they can. But I mean, they haven't got a good look yet this whole half.
Yeah,
their only
their only
points
points are
from
off free throws.
fouls, and
Jenkins.
it gets to the line again. To be fair, I mean, of
before
course,
you know it, they're going to be in the bonus again.
Of course, if you keep getting the line and making them, you're gonna score. But you wanna see him hit those threes early. I know Iatredes hit one earlier. Stevens had a couple good shots,
Beautiful.
a three and a
Yeah.
two off of a side step, and it looks like that's been just completely shut out of the game. Looks like the only way of scoring is just driving to the hoop and getting fouled here, and I think for Weston you need a spark plug. You need someone to come in and just start to take
Yeah,
over.
who's that going to be though?
I think obviously someone we've seen multiple times is Stevens, who's been able to just hit crazy shots.
Yeah, maybe
I think if Van Houten,
Iatredes.
Van Houten feels good enough to come back in the
That
game.
three is
He was the
well
one who
off
did it
target
early,
right there.
but a board for LS.
Is it a board if it doesn't hit the backboard?
It still is. Because it's a shot and then you get the rebound. Iatredes thought he was going to take
Thought he was
it.
going to take that.
All for a travel. I didn't see him move, but maybe he did a little hop there and got called for it.
Yeah.
A 9-point lead. Trying to make it double digits. I think the first double digit lead, if it goes, of this half could be for Lincoln Sudbury.
Yeah, Ellis is looking for some stuff here. You know, I mean, obviously,
Oh, great dribbling by
beautiful,
Jones.
wide open. This,
Finds
folks,
Hawk
this is
inside.
turning into a slowly turning into a blowout here.
Miles Jones just dribbles by two guys. O'Connell back in
Ellis
the
is
game.
playing some inspired team ball right now. It's beautiful.
O'Connell's had a great game himself. Hit three threes and a few steals. He knocks it out, but can't
Yeah,
keep
this is
possession.
the first time where I've really seen Weston struggle like, a lot.
Good move by
Jenkins,
Jenkins inside.
Beautiful, and he
and
gets the roll.
oh, it wasn't in. Well, I thought it was called a foul, but wow, what a like pump fake from Jenkins.
Yeah,
Gets
I mean,
inside.
he might be the
Shot.
shot plug.
Open. O'Connell elects not to take it. He hits
Wow,
a floater.
Just like Miller back
Kyle
last week.
O'Connell is not missing this game. He's just putting them
Yeah,
up and
and
making
that
the
was on
shot.
Jenkins too. We got Jenkins to overbite, and that's a errant pass right there by Weston. And
O'Connell
that is,
again inside and one. O'Connell looking dominant.
and that's an and one. Count it. I mean, this is incredible, incredible.
Yeah, looking for a 14-point lead.
This is and a
On the
timeout called
first-
by Weston.
yeah.
Unprecedented here this season, Connor. Unprecedented for Weston to be in this position.
Yeah, and I know they're missing Mayhew and Houghton for maybe not be going back into this game. But
Mhm.
even without those players, you expect them to put up more of a fight. I mean,
They're definitely playing hard, but they're just making some costly turnovers.
yeah, and it seems like this whole season, it's the story of not being able to counter the press defense. It's every opportunity. It's like the press just allows teams to either get back into the game late in the fourth, or um, as LS is doing, take a dominant lead.
Yeah, I wonder how tiring it is for them to play press defense, but
I mean, the thing with LS is Weston usually doesn't sub a lot of people. But what I'm seeing from LS, it looks like everyone's kind of on the same page. I haven't seen much of them. I haven't seen them at all this season. But it looks like they're ready to sub everyone pretty actively, and that allows them to play that press and keep everyone going and kind of energized.
Definitely some crazy things you've seen in this game, and
I think O'Connell going the line for his and one. I think Weston is looking at potentially more turnovers, and I think it might be already more turnovers than shots up. A lot of their points, probably 10, if not more, from free throws.
yeah, I mean this is incredible by LS right now. I mean they're gonna hit 50 probably before the end of the substitute. Weston.
Coming in for Stevens. I mean, it is one thing to note that the size of these two schools is
Vastly
apparent.
different.
LS is dominant. Oh, good
Beautiful
steal from
by
Brinker.
Brinker. Oh man, I thought he was gonna pull up right there.
Good
And
pass
one.
by Iatrides and one for Uga. What a pass inside by Iatrides.
What a steal by Brinker to even set that play up. Really found the ball well.
But LS is one of the most, I'd say, probably dominant team state in almost every sport, just by the sheer size.
Yeah,
In general, at least in the oh.
Yeah. In their D1 team, they're a D3 team.
So in a lot of sports, when somebody is a have that yearly matchup kind of with, I know in a couple sports here, but 8 points there for Weston.
That is good.
Deep. Oh my goodness, he has probably
Just draining him.
Yeah,
He's just feeling himself tonight. I don't know what else to say.
he's hit 5 threes already. He probably has 20 points on the game.
Weston struggling again to beat the
That time they are able to do it. Drive inside, Delta
beautiful drive right there. 1-on-1, right to the hoop.
And yes, we're talking about the dominance from LS, but hey, there's a couple easy points for Weston, and offensively, that's what needs to happen. You can't just be.
You can't really rely on O'Connell to make those threes all game, unless maybe he can. I'm not.
I mean, I don't think he just maybe 2 out of 6 so far, so he's shooting it well. But if Weston, I mean, there's a reason some of the Branker and Uga go out there is that defensive specialization.
Right.
If they can start going on offense, it's a really good look for Weston. Try even to get back in.
Yeah.
Branker,
with
open
the wide
shot.
Open 3.
Doesn't go.
Oh,
Rebound.
man.
Fought for by Jenkins
Beautiful, and it's
inside.
good. Wow. Impressive play right there.
And here we go. Down to 10 points.
In the area where a lot of dirty work is done by Jenkins in terms of just like fighting for the ball and fighting for every rebound.
Armstick inside. And 1. He has probably 9 steals on the night. 10 points.
Same.
Bit less points, but he's looking at a double-double with steals.
This is for 50 right here, and this might be one of the most high-scoring games we've seen all season, Connor.
I think that's McLaughlin coming back in the game. He had a few minutes earlier in this, maybe it was the second quarter, but in a few last week. Looking to just find that spark plug off the bench for Weston.
I don't think he's in the game, is he? He is.
Shot deep from Del Decado. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Iatrides, though. Finds Del Decado inside. Puts it up, doesn't go. A fight for the rebound. Is Weston again.
Still has the ball. Gotta get some points right here.
Iatrides drives inside, gets it
the
stolen by O'Connell. Fought for. I think it should be Weston ball. It's called LS. I think it was called a jump ball, but it looked like Weston had possession. I know the ball got poked out, but once it got poked out, it looked like Weston had possession the whole time.
Tough call right there. Not much you can do about that, unfortunately. And
Actually, no, it is given out.
yeah,
I
and
saw the
it's
players
not,
walking
it's
back.
not a jump ball as well. It's gonna be their possession. Oh no, it was a jump ball. Sorry, they just 2:10 remaining in the third quarter. LS up by 13 with the ball. I mean, this is. Ooh, I thought he had a wide open. Kid number 22, is that O'Connell?
Yeah.
Wide open.
There he is, O'Connell. That one doesn't go. Good rebound by Krumsick. Finds Jones outside.
Looking. Jones looking,
Finds O'Connell again. Back to Jones.
Number 21 is sitting wide open.
Krumsick driving into O'Connell.
Wow.
Easy basket.
This is impressive by O'Connell here tonight. This is a statement.
And you see just those points. Weston tried to get back into it, but with those points, and now LS's bench is getting hyped. It's like they don't want Weston to even come close to getting back in this. Anytime you think it's looking better for Weston,
yeah, they come right back and
huge baskets for LS. Big jumper doesn't go for Jenkins.
Awkward shot right there.
I think he was just trying to get the call, and I think he knew he was fouled, but just the view of the refs didn't see it because he kind of jumped into play. That's something you see in the pros a lot.
That one is
Deep
no
shot
good.
doesn't go. But you see someone jump into a player that already jumped and get that call on that play. Deep. Roughlin.
And he hits it.
And one.
And one. Let's complete the 4-point play. Something that we saw 2 times happen last week. First time here tonight. 4-point plays are some of my favorite things. Beautiful
We were
shot
surprised
right
to see McLaughlin in, and now we know he hit that shot.
Yeah.
And talking about that spark plug, maybe he was it. I mean,
Yeah,
they've done good since he got back in the game.
Huge moment right here in
It's like Gooding coming in for Weston, as well as Nick coming in for LS. Discussion by the refs and first what they're looking at. Maybe he's trying to get a flagrant
Yeah,
ball,
Weston's already in the bonus as well.
Should be McLaughlin. Fine.
Definitely was a foul on the shot. I don't know if that's just.
I think what happened is an injury, potentially, subbed out one. Now he's going over the wrist. So I think he got nicked on that play.
Yeah, he probably got
and
cut.
the refs, kind of when you for an injury or maybe coach wanted to get him that injury timeout. So they bring Stevens in the game.
Yeah.
Great shooter to hit that free throw. Let's see if he can do it. Does
Ooh.
not. I thought it went in. But 12-point game.
Yeah, Weston got a lot of work ahead of him, but they can, gotta start chipping away.
O'Connell open, but the pass a bit too high for him to take the
Yeah, I
shot.
had a little bit of heat on that one.
Brunsick, I believe, or Nick drives in. Foul should be against Weston. I think Nick going to the line.
The shot.
I see Nick potentially to make this 54-40 lead, a 14-point lead. Both of them. Iatrides back in the game. No, I've got to think Hopkins is facing some kind of injury. Every game he's played
the whole game.
Almost the whole game, and it's. I know we know Wilvin Houghton faced with one. We know Mayhew out tonight, but I don't know if Stevens is injured. Why he's sitting most of the game?
They just brought him in essentially for the
free throw, yeah. But he hasn't gone. It does look like he might be icing his.
That's him. It looks like.
It is a deep view, but I think he might be icing his thumb, so that could be why he's out.
Yeah, Weston here.
The shot. Don't believe it goes from Jenkins. Taking a second here. Had a
Big game.
lot of shots at the line. so far.
Yeah, he's made probably about 60% of them. That one,
Good.
good.
Maybe like
Probably the
66%.
last
Nice.
possession here for
Now.
LS here this quarter.
I thought O'Connell was going to take that. He's been so good from. Yeah, elects not to. Fast Weston does the double team. But at that time, O'Connell takes it. That doesn't go. Rebounded. Gooting. Iatredes, 5 seconds on the clock. Finds Osagetti. Tries for the late. And one.
And one. Count it.
What a way to end the third quarter. It was a deep pass from Iatredes. Finds
Yeah,
Osagetti.
let's see if we can
Easy
cut it to
bucket.
a 10-point game.
10 points it is possible to come back from. I mean, especially
The way that the game is going tonight.
Yeah, especially these back and forth. So it's if Weston can just take control for a decent position, come back in.
And it's good. 10-point game.
Deep pass, finds Khan, but can't get a handle on it. Puts up the last second, doesn't go.
No good. We'll be back for the start of the fourth quarter. Weston down by 10, but possibly coming back.
Yeah.
And we're back for the start of the fourth quarter. Weston down by 10. But not out, Connor. Certainly
Not at all. Especially if you can get these big plays by some of the more late rotational guys on Weston. They've been going huge. Man. I was trying to get Weston back in. Osagetti with the and one. McLaughlin with the 3 and 1. So potential here for Weston to get back into it. I will say I'm very interested to see Friday if Weston can do anything different, considering I don't know the status on Ben Houghton and on Stevens and on Mayhew.
Beautiful drive right there.
the injuries and whether they would be back. I think we were right about Stevens icing his arm or hand, probably. But I don't know to count on those injuries. If Weston has everyone back and healthy, at least on some limited minutes. Oh, Jenkins tries to find the connection to Del Decado. Del Decado doesn't even get back at it.
Yeah, temper seems to be rising a little bit here tonight as another turnover here for Weston.
Del Decado put his, looked frustrated after that. I think that
been a frustrating game here
back,
tonight.
But I'm not really sure. Travel called against Aranella. Weston ball.
Weston's got to start bringing it back.
You need a score for Weston.
You need to score, absolutely, and you need to stop them. Score stop. That's what happened.
But Branker bringing the ball up.
Played a lot of minutes here tonight.
Almost lost by a treaty on it. Drive inside. Branker with the open shot. Doesn't go, rolls off, but good rebound by the Keto. Puts it up.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah, but that was a good job finding the open man. You haven't seen Weston get too many open shots, and Branker there.
Yeah, Branker's usually not the man taking the open shot, but
if you have it, you take it. I mean, he's made the open ones this year. Three.
No.
From Dooley. Rebound. Weston almost Napier with the rebound.
And now Weston maybe finding a little bit of a way to at least beat the press slightly easier as they did it very nicely there. Need to come away with points right here.
Jenkins driving inside. Puts up a jumper.
Shot.
Oh, rolls right off the rim. It was a good move to find himself basically uncontested. Bad pass from Peronella. Jenkins throws it over to Iatrides. I thought he was going to take the shot. Let's not to. Jenkins. He's going to drive here.
Oh, wow.
Called an ISO on Jones. Lets the pass it off to Del Decado. Banker finds Osegetti over to Iatrides. Takes the shot. Finds Osegetti inbounds. Turnaround shot doesn't go. Napier with the rebound.
It's a good looking possession there, but you just...
Deep pass into Jones. Doesn't drive to the hoop. Likes to kind of reset the play with Peronella. Dooley finds Nick.
Airball again.
Doesn't make the shot. Him step away. Fight for the ball. That called against Weston.
I don't even know how it could be.
I think it's called against Del Decado. Fought for the ball. It looked like
a bad call. It should have been Weston ball to begin with.
Yeah, it looked like he just fell back on Del Decado. It wasn't really at fault of him, but it did end up knocking the play down.
That'll be a timeout here by one of the two. Not really sure. They don't tell us?
It should be LS because they had possession.
Right.
Can't call without.
That's true. This is true. It is LS at the timeout. And Weston down by 10. It's getting late, Connor. You think he knows how to reach?
I don't think so because, Team Weston get shots up. And if Weston shots in the past 5 minutes of the game, counting this quarter and the last, all went, we'd probably be looking at maybe a one-possession game.
Yeah, and they're close, too. They're just rolling off
the rim. If Weston keep going and get the shots, and maybe, with O'Connell off the court, I assume he's going to come in later in the game for the crunch time minutes.
Yep.
But with him off the court,
LS
hasn't found a too reliable a scoring option.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Weston putting a lot of his focus now on Peronella after he had a really good first half. They haven't found a really reliable scoring option that they had in O'Connell. And if Weston can get some stops and make their shots, it's definitely possible. But you have to see better play this week than you got to see better play this final 5 minutes than this whole game for Weston.
Yeah.
The possibility.
No, exactly. And
very pressed, gets the backcourt violation. It is really good defense from Jenkins.
Beautiful defense right there.
His defense is one of the highlights that we can have from this game is just him overall. It's just IQ of basketball in general. The whole game is just at a a level that you don't see in high school very often. His ability to know when to draw fouls, how to get like
Stevens back in the
defense like
game.
that. Thought Deldeketo was gonna take it. Yeah, Stevens a hurt hand, I assume. Interesting to see if he takes shots. Banker elects the wide open one. Doesn't go. Rebound fought for.
Not really fought.
I think it was in fight for the ball. He called a jump ball. Might be actually a foul.
Wow.
But even back in the game with his hand, did take the free throw early. So maybe he's good enough to shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. A very
I assume it should be LS ball, but it didn't look like they had possession. I think the timeout called while LS quote unquote had possession as deemed by the refs. The coach probably just yelling timeout.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very, 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 crucial point of the game right here. Weston can come away with points. I know we keep saying it, but Weston has the ability to win this game, but every kind of minute that goes by, it gets more and more.
Yeah. Need to see him hit their shots. I mean, they've done a really good job of limiting the turnovers late in this game, which they really struggled with against that press. Now you got to hit the shots. You got to the point where you can take the shots. Now you got to hit them if you want to win this game.
Yeah. No, precisely.
Yeah, it is. Thinking it's Sudbury ball. Even still in the game.
Good to see.
I think coach was resting him, not bringing him in, just so that he could play these last few minutes. It'd be interesting to see if Houghton come back in. I doubt it. I think he's probably out for the rest of the game. If coach is trying to save these minutes last second of it. Open shot from Dooley, elects to take it, doesn't go. Rebound by LS.
Yep.
Jones with the rebound. Finds Bogus, back to Jones. Finds Hornbloom in the corner, doesn't go. Deldeketo rebounds. Iatridis brings it up the floor. Sorry, Branca rebound. Stevens open. He's not missing those.
Nope.
This is why coach waited on him. He's that guy who's going to bring you back in this game. He's not missing a wide open three.
Never.
All fought for. All the travel. Let's go.
4:10 left. Weston
7-point game. Possibility. You saw
just
Dooley
hanging around a little bit,
and because he can't really move off the ground from there, it's called a travel.
What Weston does, we're hanging around, we're gonna strike.
Hornbloom comes out for Napier. I am surprised that LS hasn't brought O'Connell back in the game. Evans open.
Ooh,
that one doesn't go. Really deep shot attempt. But if he can start shooting, if he can start making the shots, he can hit from almost anywhere on the court.
Exactly.
I thought Nick was going to take the shot.
Yeah,
Let's not do. Bogus finds Jones inside of Napier. Finds Nick outside. Shot up. Doesn't go.
Oh, good rebound.
Rebound Iatridis. Fast down the court. Goes for the drive. Gets the bucket. Woo! No foul. I thought there would have been a foul. I mean, there's usually a call either offensive or defensive there, but no call at all.
We'll take the 2 points, I guess, right?
A 5-point lead. A few minutes ago, we were saying, is it possible? Now, it is 100% possible.
It's definitely possible.
It's just, can they do it?
Can they do it? Can they get it?
Wide open. Nick elects not to take it. Finds Napier inside. That's an easy bucket. Yeah.
They too easy.
They tried to double team up top, and it just allows a guy to get open in the paint.
Yeah, you gotta work.
Iatridis takes a deep shot. It goes.
Good. Beautiful.
4-point game. Iatridis has made some clutch to keep this game.
And that is 4-point game with 3:09 remaining. Folks, last week we had a heart attack of an ending, Connor. We're headed towards that right here, aren't we?
Yeah, it seems like despite what happens early, if Weston has a big lead early or if they're down early, we're always going to get to the point
where the game is reachable.
It's a half-point shot to win the game. Yeah. It's a half-point shot to win the game, and either team win it.
It seems like we're always saying this, aren't we? I mean, it's just
The amount of times it's been within one possession is probably like
a lot.
8 out of 10 games,
Yeah, it's
maybe.
been this has been insane.
Weston team has really stressed us Wildcat fans out this year. And you think they're gonna close it out, they don't, and you think, oh, this one's chalked to the scoreboard. Now they're bringing it back.
Yeah.
Stevens playing crucial minutes as a primary ball handler. Interesting to see if he stays into this game. On the LS side, it'll be interesting to see. I think they've got to bring O'Connell back in there. I mean, he wasn't.
He's the one
missing.
hitting shots.
He was hitting every
Gotta
shot.
put him in. If you're hitting shots, you gotta put him in.
Looks like he's not on the bench. Usually players that go in sit on the bench. Maybe he's not coming in. I guess I was wrong. He is coming in by not being close in the coach. The coach
3:09 remaining.
huddle there. I mean, you have to have a man just completely shadow O'Connell here, I think, if you're Weston. I mean, give the other players
That goes
a
without
shot.
saying. You
Just
cannot
don't give
give
O'Connell
him the opportunity. Make him hit a difficult shot.
Plumstick also back in the game. He's been a big piece. O'Connell outside. Spot for almost Iatredes gets the steal, but it's knocked out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds right there.
But should be quite low time on the shot clock. Of course, we don't have a great view of that. Plumstick drives inside, finds O'Connell. Doesn't go. Wow. But the rebound does.
Cutback does.
From
Yeah,
Plumstick.
did
Two
not expect that.
crucial defense and offensive players this game, and O'Connell and Plumstick. Stevens inside gets fouled.
Yeah, took a hard drive there. Just,
Blocking foul against Dooley, I think.
yeah, important.
Stevens to
Again,
the line.
important 2 points right here.
He missed his one earlier with his hurt hand. It'll be interesting if he can make both
Yeah,
huge shots with 2.5 minutes to play. This one goes.
beautiful swishes. Barely any net movement.
At this point in the game, I wish the Weston bench was getting hyped. I wish like
tired. They're probably
when they get the foul, you just start screaming out there.
Yeah. Yep.
Makes both.
Yeah, he's not missing those, Connor. Not in crunch time.
Yeah, he's iced his hand enough.
Ice in the veins.
Maybe that's why he had the ice
Yeah,
out to make
yeah.
the shots. Plumstick's wide open, elects not to take it. Good help defense from Iatredes. Jones outside, getting double teamed.
Yeah, that's what Weston is doing on the
Plumstick
rim.
driving inside, finds Jones, can't get a shot off. Low on the shot clock. Aronella gives it off. Aronella with the deep shot. Doesn't
good.
go. Wood fought for.
Foul.
Dooley hits it out of bounds. It's Weston ball.
Yeah, no. Yeah. That's gonna be Weston ball.
Good defense from Weston. I mean,
need to know how many fouls LS has. Like,
it's got to be so
there's
many.
so many.
They've been in the bonus in just the,
They've been in the bonus for
beginning quarters.
for
you know?
pretty much 2 whole quarters.
I thought Stevens was going to pull up there. Finds Iatredes, drives to the rim, puts it up.
Oh, man,
no
good
call. O'Connell brings the ball up. O'Connell almost loses
got
it.
stolen.
Finds Peronella. Dooley elects not
They
to
just
take
reset a
the
little
wide
bit.
open shot. Plumstick's now outside. O'Connell didn't take it. Peronella finds Plumstick. Plumstick does not put it up.
Yeah, they're just trying to speed the clock.
Peronella drives Jones inside, finds Dooley, gets not fouled.
Not foul. That was
Hit
all
the ball.
Beautiful.
I was
defensive
just expecting that to 100%.
play. I was
be a
just expecting
foul.
the calls.
Stevens, good move inside. I think he gets fouled. No,
No,
I think a timeout call. Timeout call.
This is stressful. 4-point game, minute 13 remaining. Weston's got to score here, and it'll be a 1-possession game. Connor,
I think First is trying to argue to put some more time on the clock.
please, dear
Oh.
God,
Yeah, so Weston needs a bucket here
needs a bucket here to
Hey.
even to really put the pressure on.
because a minute 13, you only get like. You
And
get
let's take
2.
us back to a year ago. Was it against LS?
No.
Against
That was
CRL?
Acton Boxford.
AB, okay.
Was when Weston hit a down by 1 game winner.
And again, as I said last week, this is where we'd flash on the screen, flashback to last year. Don't have those capabilities. But Eagle Dunn hits the clutchest shot probably that we've ever covered. Weston High School that we've ever covered. Game winning.
And that shot, I mean, Weston was kind of, I think, on the brink of playoffs. That kind of really helped him.
An Eagle
do
gun,
in,
by the
then-
way, last year did not play a lot of minutes.
No, and he was able to come in and
He
really.
comes into the end of the game. It's the game winner. I mean,
Yeah, one of the.
I think you and I were extremely surprised to say the least. That
And they were not looking at him at all.
he was not supposed to take the shot. He kind of got like
They were trying to get it to Stevens. He was having an incredible game, hitting from all cylinders. But Eagle then took the final shot.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. This is one of those points when, I mean, who would you be most surprised to take shot? Jenkins probably. Taking
And
the
well, if
last
he's
shot.
taking an outside shot, yeah, but he did hit that long two here tonight, though.
Good drive by Stevens. Easy bucket from him.
That's too easy right
Runs
there.
by
for
three
LS.
players. Now a one possession game. I did not
Here we
think
go,
we'd
folks.
be back at this point.
From 11 points down,
O'Connell
Weston is now only
in the
2
corner.
points down. Weston
Finds
has to get
Peronella,
stop here.
finds Krumsix, finds Jones, drives for the hoop, but gets stopped. Finds Peronella
pass.
outside, back to Krumsix. Finds Jones, Jones does not put it up. Finds Dooley inside, low on the shot clock. Back to Jones, drives
Drive,
inside,
floater.
ball does not go, rebound, O'Connell, shot
Doesn't
doesn't
go.
go, but he gets fouled
Gets fouled.
on the
Huge
putback.
shots here.
Yeah, he's got to, if he makes them both, it won't seal the game, but it's pretty dang close.
It's gonna be difficult to come back.
I mean,
but
you
if
need
he
a-
misses both,
If he makes both, you need a really fast shot from Weston and then a stop.
and if he misses both,
Then
then it's dangerous territory.
Then
And if he
it-
makes one, I mean, then you're
Then
still in one
you're
position.
looking at a
He's got to
three-point
make
game.
both. If you know, this is a huge, and there's gonna be a
McLaughlin
substitution.
coming in the game, he hit that huge
Comes in the
three
game for
earlier.
Wyatt Stevens. Interesting.
Stevens probably. It looks like Stevens kind of frustrated he's being taken out.
First shot
A
is good.
bit angry. It looks like taken out.
Interesting decision by coach first, but he obviously has a plan in mind
If
here.
coach has a timeout left, he might just put him back in for the game winner
He
potentially.
probably does. That's what I'm assuming.
But McLaughlin hit a huge
Huge shot
three
right here.
earlier. It doesn't go.
Wow. This is
3-point
huge.
game. It's one possession. Be interesting to see if
You
Weston
can still
takes a
take
quick
You
bucket.
can still take a two here as well.
Dribbling from. Wow, what a pass by Jenkins.
That was
That was incredible.
so nervous.
Deep
From
shot. McLaughlin doesn't go. I think
That should be foul on Jenkins.
yeah, it should be. I think it was called Dooley. Really shoved Jenkins
So
over.
how long is the shot clock? Is it 30 seconds?
I think it's
24.
for this 20 or 24.
So that means Weston's guaranteed to get the ball back. That's why I ask.
Is it?
It should be.
I don't know what the call was. I mean, Jenkins had possession. It is 2 shots for Jenkins.
Right, it
I
should
think.
be. It should be.
Well, Iatridis? It is Jenkins.
So he's got to hit.
I mean, he's made him.
He's got to hit one of them. I think he's definitely got to hit one of them. Right, because then it's you
I mean,
can hit a
yeah.
2, or you could hit a 3 and win the game.
Good.
That's the first one. Beautiful. Oh man, Connor, it's a 2-point game.
I mean,
Weston,
I think the foul was called earlier when we thought it would be.
Yeah, when
It's
yeah.
just that one
took
ref
a-
called it, and the second one thought the play was still going on. Second one doesn't go. Itree's in there for the board. Fought for.
I thought he would have gotten the foul called.
I think a timeout called super fast, right as Dooley gets that board.
Yeah, I could have gotten a jump ball there as well. I don't even know if coach did that. 24.2
But
seconds
the
left.
timeout was by the Lincoln Sudbury coach because Dooley came down with possession. Coach is like, let's get a reset. Don't want him fighting under the hoop. Calls the timeout. Now gets a set play. A score here. Seal the game for Lincoln Sudbury. Is this the point when you foul if you're Weston? I mean, like, if they miss one shot, it's still doable. Or do you just try to get a stop? I mean, if the full shot clock goes out, it's a 0.2 seconds to get a 3 on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this is we're coming down to the wire here, and I really don't even know what the play is. I mean, maybe if you get the right guy with the ball, foul him quick,
Him, yeah.
and then you have to pray that he makes none of them.
But if he
He
only makes one.
Hopefully, if he does make one, if he does happen to make one, let's hope he only makes one. You at least get a chance to tie the game.
You don't have timeout counters, so I assume Western has one timeout left.
Yeah, I would assume.
'Cause otherwise, I don't know why you would necessarily take out as Laughlin should stay. Yeah, he stays on the court.
Stays on the court. So that means I think Iatredes. I wanted one person taking the game winner would probably be Iatredes.
Yeah. I
Weston
think that
playing some press here.
I am intrigued if First decides to call. If they get it inbounds, foul him. There's set play coming in from Sudbury. I mean, 3 guys open. They didn't even play press if you're Weston. Foul. Yep.
Immediately.
Iatredes fast foul on Peronella. He's hit shots this game. Probably not the guy you wanted to foul. But I mean,
see if he can do it here. This is
what happens. I mean, the game is. If he makes both, the game's still not over. Weston could take a quick shot and then foul again. But if he misses one, that's when Weston probably just holds the ball for last shot.
Gotta think.
Tries to bring it to OT if he makes one, but
first shot. Here's Kirkus.
Huge shots.
Makes it.
Wow.
Beautiful touch. Second shot on the way.
One of the biggest shots of the game. And Peronella make it. He's had a really good offensive performance. Doesn't go.
No
Rebound
good.
Weston.
Timeout
called.
called. And Weston will get an opportunity to tie the game, Connor.
Now, Stevens is bound to come back in the game.
One would think, but crazier things have happened here tonight. And crazier things have happened overall. So I'm not going to say he is going to come back in the game. That's what I think will happen, but I'm not the coach, so... I'm not the coach, so... I really don't know. He's definitely got a play in mind.
He's still holding the ice on his
So
hand.
do we go to OT?
If a 3-point is made, it does go to overtime.
How long is overtime? Probably 5 minutes?
I think 4 or 5.
Huge shot here.
I assume, unless they find a wide open guy inside and let foul again, should be last shot. Tie, game, or go home from Weston. I mean, obviously, Stevens in, you want him to take it. You said you're looking towards Iatredes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking shot from the Del Ducato. I mean, he can hit him from deep, and he's a big man. You don't expect him to take the last shot. If you can get him wide open, that's a shot you'll. But it should be interesting what Coach First draws up.
With 21 and a half seconds remaining, it's kind of a weird position to be in. Because even if you put up a shot and get it...
not coming on.
Very interesting. I wonder who he's got taking the shot then. I wonder if they're just going to hold it.
I mean, they could just go for a really...
Well, they're going to have to beat the press first.
Branco does come in the game.
But he hasn't made one tonight. You don't think he's taking a shot.
Hey, but he can make him wide open. They elect Jenkins to bring it down. Finds Branco. Out to Iatredes. 11 seconds on the clock. Jenkins outside.
Takes a shot.
Doesn't go. No call on the push-off from Dooley. Almost throwing Branco to the ground. I thought he would have.
Probably not the shot Jenkins wanted to take there. He had time.
If Dooley can hit one of these, that should be the game.
He had
Otherwise,
time. He didn't need to take that shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, had time. Which
I mean, he took a. It wasn't contested. He got up and it wasn't.
It was contested. Guy right next to him. That's
I mean, yes, but it was far enough where he got up enough where the contest didn't come close to him and it wouldn't have affected the shot. First one goes. That should seal
the game for LS. Great game played by them tonight. Weston was able to make it competitive here at the end, though.
I think.
Lots of things to think about for Friday.
I don't think you're too angry if you're Weston necessarily. Jenkins puts up the final shot, doesn't go.
That's it.
Weston faced with a lot of injuries. Van Houten out almost all of the game. Mayhew out all the game. Stevens out a good portion of it.
Probably dealing with something, but it was nice to see some other players here tonight. Israel Segedi played a lot tonight. Iatredes, Del Ducato, Brinker, Jenkins played an excellent game here tonight.
McLaughlin hit a huge shot.
Gooding played some of the game. Great to see some new faces, and you
And
know, Weston takes a loss, but a lot of things to feel good about
if Weston could do this
Friday.
with some of their best players out, this is a matchup to watch on Friday. And we will be passing the
girls' game here.
women's varsity game
Yep.
against LS.
Connor will not be here, but I will be here with a co-announcer, and it should be a good game. Should be a fun night, and thank you all for joining us here tonight. And go Wildcats!